Okay, we're going to try this again. We'll see if this works. One on YouTube. See if I can get 10 people here pop back in with all this shit. They got one on YouTube. Make Morton feel better.
Who are you, Blues fan? We're bleeding blue with you. Let's go, Blues! Let's go, Blues! Let's go, Blues!
Up to 6. 5 on YouTube, 1 on Guy Benson. Yay, Guy Benson. Woohoo! Yay, I got something. I don't even know what day. I honestly don't somewhere. Okay, there's Jason Nichols. Jason Nichols is here. We got, okay, Facebook's back on. Ryan Green. Jason Nichols saying hello. Yes. Golf King. I'm the one on YouTube. Shocky's here. Okay, there we go. Okay. So 9 people. One more and you get story time. You need 10 for story time. Robert White. Robert, welcome. Robert, I want you to stay for this, buddy. Robert, please. Okay? Robert, please. Because I want you to hear what I'm about to talk about. Okay, Robert? Please. I wish, man. I wish. I really did. I don't get nothing for any viewers. Okay, guys. In 2017, the Hawaii Blues fan was kind of born. Okay? And the Hawaii Blues fan was born out of my friend Earl Smith, who lives in Vegas, had never been to a Blues game, and that was the first season that Vegas was there and the Blues were going to play him. So, oh, I want you to stay. Absolutely want you to stay. Sorry, I just, guys, so let me go back and get you. Robert White and me have had some confrontations, okay? Robert deals with a lot of personal things, more than I do, actually. And Robert sometimes when he gets in a mood can be very aggressive and very mean, and he can take things out on people, and he takes things out on me many times. I absolutely positively should have brought Robert White many years ago, but I didn't. I didn't because I don't know what that man's state of mind is. That man's state of mind might be to the point where me blocking him is that straw that puts him over. Robert, you're fine, dude. Dude, you're fine. Robert, I'm trying to explain this. I'm trying to explain this. Robert, I don't block you because I know you need me. Whether you're going to curse me out for my beliefs or not, doesn't matter to me. I let you have your say, and then I stand by and I tell you, Robert, I'm here, man. You're going to talk to you. That's who I am. That's who I am. I think you can attest to that. I think there's some other people in here that can attest to that. That's just who I am. I'm always going to be that way. So I started the Hawaii Blues fan, and when I went to that game in October, I knew I knew there was a chance I could lose my job. The company, you know, bid was up, contracting work, you know, a lot of different things. In January 2018, I lost my job, and it sent me over an edge. The person that I'm talking about today was that person that was there for me when all this happened, and the person that really pushed me to get help. In February of 2018, something happened. A couple of different things happened, and they all became straws. And on Saturday night, driving for Pizza Hut, the only thought in my head was right foot, right turn. Meaning, put my foot on the gas, turn right into a pole or something. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. And you know what, E? You do deserve me as a friend. Everyone deserves me as a friend. Period. Period. I got to a point, that's the first time that I really checked myself into a hospital. I collapsed. Only thought in my head on Sunday morning, the Blues. Robert, Bob Morton, if you're here, you may remember this. Your boys, you posted a video of this. The Blues were playing Pittsburgh, and your boys did a video of saying, "Let's go Blues," or something like that. They ended up losing to Pittsburgh that day. And I collapsed. I collapsed at the refrigerator because the only thought in my mind was 170 feet. I lived on the fourth floor of a 21 floor, go 170 feet, top floor, take a couple steps, and I'm done. That's the thought that was in my head. I went to the hospital and started getting some help. And one of the things that I needed to do was go home. I needed to go home. I hadn't been home since 2014. That was for 4 days. Prior to that, I hadn't been home since 2008. I needed to go home. I convinced somebody to loan me, to pay for my plane ticket. I convinced somebody to help me with the rental car, and I was staying at my nephew's. My nephew allowed me to stay at his place, rent-free, thank goodness. I asked them, they wouldn't take any money from me. This is going to be hard, guys. Prior to making that trip, I sat in my house. Now you got to remember, very few of you knew me back then, okay? In fact, I don't think anybody watching me now knew me then. Very, very few. Yes, I do, buddy. In fact, I want to talk to you about that. I think when I go home, I might do something similar, and I want to see if you're okay with it. But we'll talk about it, okay? I sat in my house 4 days before I left on that trip, and I planned my suicide. I planned my death. On the last night, I was going to be there for 17 days. One of the things I was going to do in that 17 days was I was going to drive from St. Louis, Missouri to West Point, Mississippi. West Point, Mississippi. Wow, you've known me that long, Shock? Holy shit. You've known me before the Blue Note Fan Report? This is all before the Blue Note Fan Report. Wow. Damn. One of the things I was going to do is I was going to drive down to West Point, Mississippi. My natural father, Malcolm George Dingus III, died in, I want to say October of 2000 and, or no, not 2000, in 1983. Yeah, in 1983, died in October in 1983. And I put him in the grave, and I haven't seen him since. I hadn't seen it since. So one of the things is that I drove down there and I sat in front of my father's tombstone. And I got to be honest, the only pictures I had seen of my father's tombstone, I thought it was just a plaque in the ground. I didn't know that it was a raised tombstone. I was shocked. I was shocked to see it, thinking I was looking for a plaque. But well, I'm doing it. So I'm a Buddhist. I believe in I follow Nichiren Buddhism. I'm a member of Soka Gakkai International. I don't practice here in Hawaii. When I get to St. Louis, I am going to dedicate myself to my practice a little bit. I'm going to at least start to. I'm going to take my time and get back into it. But I took my beads and I chanted Nam Myoho Renge Kyo for about 5 minutes in front of my father's grave. Now you got to understand, my family from down there is Southern to a T. Okay. When I went to this one person's house, the flag at the top of the mast was the Confederate flag. So me doing Buddhism in the deep south of Mississippi, I want to say that West Point's near Columbus, Mississippi, which is about an hour north. West Point's about an hour north of Jackson, Mississippi. About an hour, a little bit more, a little bit less. Yeah, we did. I came back on. I cut it out and came back on. I just went on Guy Bensing. It seems to be working where. I sat there for 5 minutes and I chanted to my dad, or chanted for my dad. And then I had a little speech for him. And only one person heard this, and I'm not going to say who it was. But I asked my dad to let me go. I asked my dad to let me go. I said, Malcolm, it's time. Everything that's there, you gotta release me, Malcolm. Please let me go. Please let me go. You know, I'm sorry I wasn't a good son to you. I'm sorry that I wasn't better. I'm sorry that we didn't get more time together, but you need to let me go. And I cried pretty hard while I was doing that. While I was on that trip, we were supposed to have an Easter dinner. Well, family drama popped up. My mom ended up getting sick and there was no Easter dinner. Bear in mind now, this is about a week before I'm supposed to leave. I still have it in my head. I'm going to check into a hotel room that last night. Not go back to my nephew's place. Check into a hotel room, get me some rope and take care of myself. That's in my head. I got a friend request. And I'm going to say her name because I know she's not watching, or she might watch, but I'm going to say her name anyways. And if you knew me from way back when, if any of my high school friends are here, they'll know, from Yvette Moore. I had a freaking crush on Yvette Moore in high school. She was a redhead, absolutely beautiful, man. Stunning woman, and she still is. In her 50s, she's still stunning. I didn't know that she was going through a bad time, but she messaged me, and we ended up meeting for lunch. Had a couple of drinks, and then I ended up, but we met 2 or 3 more times before I left to watch some hockey games and things like that. Some people reached out to me. I felt a lot of love while I was in St. Louis that time. And this person that I was connected to, our connection got really, really strong during that time. And it was enough for me to throw my plan away. So In 2018, this person was the reason I did not go through with my plans. I will say this, and I don't want you to take it the wrong way. I'm talking to my therapist about this next statement. I am safe. I will be safe. I have had the same plan pop into my head for this trip, this upcoming trip. And it dawned on me that the person that made me decide not to do it in 2018 is the person that makes me want to do it in 2022. And that's a hard realization that life has changed that much that quickly. You know, and yeah, thank you. Yeah, guys, this is difficult for me because I'm going to say this, and you guys are going to get really fucking pissed at me, but I feel alone. And it's not, and trust me, it's not that I don't know. I know that I'm not alone, but I feel alone. And I feel alone because where am I? I am 4,400 miles away from the center of most of you. Right? And that, while, you know, it's great to talk to you on the phone or message you or any of that, you're not here to put your arm around me and say it's okay to cry. You're not here to do that. Last night, I thought I was going to be with somebody that I could talk to. Well, they were more interested in doing other things. I almost quit. I'm telling you, I'm very close to, I will say this. In December, I am visiting, and I am hoping to move back April, May timeframe. There are a couple things that have to take place in order for me to move back. One of them is my car getting fixed. I have a Ford Flex that got sideswiped and had the front clip taken off it. Unfortunately, the headlights are on back order because they're the HDR or whatever you call it headlights because of supply things. So until those are fixed, Matt Lowe, I would never give you the old yeller treatment, but it's okay to cry. By the next Halloween game, Halloween game in next year, yeah, I should be there. I should be there, John. I should be there. Like the rabies part. Plans like this always sticks around. I have 6. Chris, I know what it means, man. I know. I deal with suicidal ideations every fucking day of my life. Right? Right now, I have tickets. I have tickets for games. I'm waiting to see if something's going to happen before I know where those tickets are going to be. Thanks, Rob. You know, Robert, I gotta let me tell you this. You and I meant to talk about this. You know, Robert, Robert White, I want to meet you when we're there, man. Because you know what? I don't care what I'm going through. Dude, I'm going to wrap my arm around you. I'm going to give you the biggest bear hug you've ever had, and I'm going to tell you it's okay, man. Everything that it's okay to feel it. It's okay to not be okay. And I'm going to wear it like war paint, my friend. I'm going to wear it like war paint. enjoy this.
It's okay to not be okay when even the air you breathe is just too much for your lungs to take, and all the words that you don't say. I hear your SOS on the radio as you're driving away. Come on, pick up your phone, don't have to face it alone. Gonna fight with you, in for you, yeah, I want you to know I will stand your ground like it's your battle scars and leave my ex home up till you can feel it. Can you feel it? You can call my name, I'll hold your hand, and keep all your secrets safe till you can feel it. Can you see me coming, running for you, dead of night? Can you hear me holler? You're alright, I'll take your fears and wipe your eyes and wear it out like war paint. Wear it out like war paint. Wear it out like war paint. I see gold, you're black and blue. I love the colors burning beautiful that you want to use.
I'm gonna get a copyright strike, but what the hell?
You don't have to cry for me to hear your bad old cry. Come on, turn on your light. I've been waiting all night to fight with you, in for you, when your flag to white. I will stand your ground like it's your battle scars and leave my ex home up till you can feel it. Can you feel it? You can call my name, I'll hold your hand, and keep all your secrets safe till you can feel it. Can you see me coming, running for you, dead of night? Can you hear me holler? You're alright, I'll take your fears and wipe your eyes and wear it out like war paint. 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 I will stand your ground, I'll kiss your battle scars. Leave my ex on mark till you can feel it. Can you feel it? You can call my name, I'll hold your hand, and keep all your secrets safe till you can feel it. Can you see me coming, running for you, dead of night? Can you hear me holler? You're alright, I'll take your fears and wipe your eyes and wear it out like war paint. 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 Wear it out like war paint.
That is what I live by right now. I'm being honest with you, and Robert Wright, that's what I'll be for you, my friend. That's what I'll absolutely be for you if you need it or want it from me. Oops, didn't want to do that. Absolutely, my friend. Robert Morton says, "Stop, guy. Look at what you've created here. You've created a family." It just dawned on me that I come to your show because I feel some level everyone here is a misfit. Are we the island of misfit toys? Do we have a train with square wheels? A bob in the box? A dolly that doesn't cry or whatever it is, you know, an elf that wants to be a dentist? We got you, Bob. We got you, John. Thank you, Jason. I'm sorry, that music's not depressing to me. That music's not depressing to me. I mean, that's the message that she has there. The message that she has there is so powerful, right? It's so powerful. I will, Rob. I will, Bob. I'm still not giving you Ryan Nugent Hopkins, right? Tarasenko for Marchand. Or not Marchand, Marcia Shaw. That's a fair trade. Blues hockey misfits. Just a bunch of loose screws. We got each other, you know. And Chris Jockey, I'll tell you, one of my biggest fears right now. I'm going to be dead honest. Dead honest. One of my biggest fears right now is how much I'm counting on the Warriors to be there for me, and I mean to be there for me like you guys were for Mike Duncan and others, because that's what I'm going to need. That's absolutely what I'm going to need. And you know, if you guys can't, you can't. I just hope that I know it ahead of time, because I'm counting on it. And maybe I shouldn't. Be honest, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I'm, in my mind, I think I'm more important than I am, and I think that I'm more a part of this than I really am. But, oh, Robert, now you're going to get me mad. We are not getting rid of Tank. Tank is not the guy that needs to go. It's O'Reilly. And O'Reilly doesn't have the no trade clause. But that's my fears right now, guys. I am fearing so much stuff, and it's not unknown. It's the known. It's the known. It's how I felt when I was home last time, and how little I felt of the connection of the Warriors. Right? You know, other than breaking my wrist, no one, even after I broke my wrist, nobody contacted me. Right? The game where they signed the stick, for the most part, that's the last time I saw most of those guys. And that was the first Saturday I was there. Sunday, right? I was there almost a month. That was the first Sunday I was there. And because, first of all, O'Reilly doesn't have a no trade clause. And second of all, goal scorers are always going to score goals. And guys like O'Reilly break down. You get more value for a goal scorer than you will for a guy like O'Reilly. And you're going to get more in the long run from Tank. That's how I feel. Right? I thought when I first wrote that, he said, why orally? But that's the things right now that are pounding in this fucking head of mine. And yes, I am admittedly struggling right now. John, see, that's the thing. I know this is so bad, but I don't feel, in some ways, I don't feel like I am. I mean, I got the jersey and that's great and all, and I'm an honorary member, but there's been other things said that make me feel like I don't belong. And I'm not going to say what they were or who said them. I think they are going to keep Tank. I really do, Robert. I think they are. Oh, I need a drink. Oh. And I have soda in there, not booze. Right now, guys, the next 4 months, the next 3, 4 months, 5 months between now and say May are going to be extremely, extremely difficult for me. I'm being absolutely honest with each and every one of you. They are all going to be extremely, extremely difficult. Yeah, I kind of caught that. I kind of caught that, Chris. I did kind of catch that. I'll tell you what. Right now, with everything going on, everything that's been said, and all this stuff. And yes, I have a therapy session again tomorrow. I'm doing 2 this week. I ended up doing 3 this week. I'm doing 4 next week. 2 on Monday, 1 on Tuesday, and probably another one on Thursday. It all feels like my feelings, my pain, my recovery, the things that I need, my needs, are absolutely unimportant. They don't matter. They don't matter at all. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. That's the pain that I'm dealing with right now. Is that I just don't. I don't matter. I feel like I don't matter. I feel like everything I do is for nothing. I feel like all the love I have to give is for nothing. That my heart is just going to get stomped on, so why give it out? Why try? When all that's going to happen is your heart's going to get fucking stomped on. That's the feeling that I'm dealing with. Okay? That's the feeling that I'm dealing with. I didn't say that I didn't matter. I said I feel like I don't matter. You got to listen to my words. They're very important. I'm just dealing with it all. Right? I'm fucked in the head. I don't know which way's up or down. I don't know who to trust. There are people that right now what I got told today, there's only 2 other people in my life that could say to me what I got said today, and it would hurt more. Well, Robert, I just hope you think I'm a true friend. That's all I ask. Robert, all I ask is that you think I'm a true friend. Sorry about that. If Robert Wright thinks I'm a true friend, then at least I've done something there. Hell, ask Nichols. Right? I mean, Jason didn't want nothing to do with me for a while. No, it was not my daughters are the 2 people that are the only other 2 people that could hurt me more than that. My daughters are in their 20s, so it's not being kids. Okay? Doc, you and me were kind of talking about this today. Right? You and me were kind of talking about this today. 54 years old, and I'm going to be starting my life over from scratch. From scratch. Absolute scratch. All alone. Never lived by myself. No job. On disability. And and I'm not sure, and God, this is going to sound so mean. I'm not sure how many quote unquote, see, I don't want to say it because it sounds so mean, especially with all you guys here. But I don't know who I can count on. I don't know. I don't know. And I'm being serious. I'm being dead serious, and don't take this the wrong way. Who I can count on. Okay? I don't know who I can count on. You know, Matt Lowe, I hope so. I hope so. I mean, I can stay in this marriage and be miserable, or I can walk out. I can stay in a marriage where my needs aren't met, or I can walk out and not have my needs met and hope that someday they'll be met. And you know, I'm kind of, I got to say right now, I'm kind of getting tired of hearing that. Matt Lowe. I really am. And I don't mean this in a negative way, and please. Robert, you're not the only one, my friend. I don't know what to do for myself anymore. If I do the show, I did the show, I started the show for myself. This show has never gotten more than, I think, 1,100 views. And that's a recorded show. I think the most watched show. Do you know what my most watched show is? It's a live reaction show I did of a playoff game with the Capitals. Not even my Layla show is my most watched show. In fact, doing this show for myself, pushing it, trying to get it, got me kicked out of all these groups. Got all these people to talk bad about me. Okay, Rob, I will do that. I have a couple of Robs in the group. That's my problem. I have a couple of them, so. Who would have thought a fantasy league would be some of your best friends and people you've never met except on a Zoom? God, you guys are great. Right? Rob, what I want to do, I want to take what you got and I want to do it in a blue note. But in that color with those holes. Yeah, Big Bob would be Bob Morton, right? But you got Hockey Bob too, and that's the thing. Rob here, his name looks almost like Hockey Bob. I actually thought he was Hockey Bob for a while. I had to realize who he was. When I see it now, I associate him with Ryan Nugent, RNH. Can't even say it. You think so? You think so? You think that's still honoring what you're there? You still think that's honoring the purpose of that tat? That's the thing that I didn't. Right? Well, I'll tell you what, there is one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to plan on it now. There is one thing I am going to do. If Bob, you might like, or Rob, you might like this. I will go on a Western Canada swing next year. I will do Calgary and Edmonton, Vancouver and Seattle, and possibly Winnipeg. You know what? I don't know about showing it. Not right now, man. Maybe later. I just think right now I want to keep that between you and me. You're in Montreal. Well, then you got to get your ass to Calgary or Edmonton. Right? If I'm going to do this, some of you guys that are up there in north, the guys up north, they need to come to Calgary and Winnipeg, or not Winnipeg, Calgary and Edmonton, Oh man, my Canadian is bad, huh? Gary Unger would shoot my ass. That would be a trip, man. If we could get some of the guys from the league to come together for that. Right? Yeah, me too, man. I want to see it. And see, the thing is I want to go to a junior game, either a junior or a minor league game up there too. Right? I actually think I don't know how possible it is, but I think I'd like to, maybe depending on what the schedule is, drive to Edmonton and then fly from Edmonton and then drive back down. I know, Rob. I just think that at the moment, I want to keep it between us, and then, when the time's right, we can show it. Um, yeah, thanks, man. Maybe we can get a trip, get a trip together and take a van or something, rent a van and drive up there. I don't know. I'm thinking that as long as, if it's not late in the season, if it's in like early November to where there's not a lot of snow on the ground and you can at least get to Edmonton, and then you can use Edmonton as your point, right? Your flying point. It's possible, but I think got to make sure you get a van that you can take to Canada. Some rental car companies won't let you take it up there. But I think that would be more fun. And I have friends in Edmonton. I know I have friends in Edmonton. I know I have friends in Winnipeg. I know I have some in Calgary. Right? I do want to go to Montreal. I do want to do Ottawa, Montreal, and Toronto. Right? I do want to do those. But I think if I'm going to do the Canadian swing first, I want to do the Western swing before I do the Eastern swing. Because I'm worried that if I hit Toronto, Montreal, like say I hit Toronto, Montreal, and then Ottawa, and I have that experience of Toronto and Montreal, and then I go to the other ones and it's not as good, then I'm going to be disappointed. All right, we'll figure it out. Yeah, I might have to do that, Shocky. Right. You know what, guys? It's about 5:30. I'm gonna, my time, 10:30 or 11:30 your time, depending on where you are. And Ryan Green's probably a little earlier, and I don't even know if he's still with us. So, I apologize about tonight. I have the passport card. This is good for Mexico and oh, okay, 9:30. Sorry, Mexico and Canada. Um, They serve it late. No, the 9:30 is what time it is in St. Louis. They serve booze late. I heard their strip clubs are pretty good too, especially the ones in Toronto. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't do a real show. I'll try and do a real show tomorrow. I'm sorry I'm all fucked up. I'm sorry I'm useless. I'm sorry I feel that way. I hope I helped somebody tonight. Robert Wright, dude, it doesn't matter what you say to me. I'm going to be your friend, man. I'm going to be your friend. You know why I'm going to be your friend, Robert? Do you know why I'm going to be your friend? I'm going to be your friend because you need one. No other reason. You can bitch about my politics. You can bitch about politics. You can do all that all you want. You can call me out left, right, and center. And you have. And I ain't going anywhere. I ain't going anywhere. I'm going to be there for you, my friend. Why? Because you need me. Plain and simple. That simple. No other reason than you need me. You've told me some of your struggles. You've told me some of your traumas, Robert. And I'm not going to sit there and admonish you for him. There's no reason to do that. I don't do that. I'm never going to treat somebody like that. I'm never going to treat somebody the way I've been treated. And with that, I'm going to end the show. Sorry it was a little long. Sorry it was a little boring. Sorry it wasn't what you expected. But I love each and every one of you. Have a great night. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know.